Lights, camera, action!
It's a pretty protein-heavy breakfast. Protein-fortified oatmeal, scrambled eggs. It's like 4 scrambled egg whites and 1 whole egg. Trying to get my protein levels up. Trying to hit my macros, if you know what I mean. So I've talked a lot about Screenwriter Twitter. It's basically a community of screenwriters who are on Twitter, obviously. We follow each other, we have discussions. Sometimes the discussions are tongue-in-cheek and, about formatting and stuff like that. But a lot of times the discussions are really informative, really, in-depth conversations about the industry. People make connections, people get hired from Screenwriter Twitter. It really is, I think, kind of an amazing community. And Screenwriter Twitter is comprised of, professional, established writers, folks who've written hit movies and television shows, all the way down to people such as myself, who are still emerging, who are still trying to break into the industry, who are still trying to find their bearings. Or even just people who are really just starting out, fresh, they're trying to learn about screenwriting. They haven't written their first script yet, but they want to learn and, they want to engage the people that's doing it, whether at a pro level or even at an aspirant level. But Screenwriter Twitter is this community. And so a lot of the folks who are like me, who are still trying to break in or what have you, still trying to get to that professional level. A lot of these people use the hashtag pre-WGA. And what that means is that they have yet to become members of the WGA, the Writers Guild of America. So using the hashtag pre-WGA, whether it's, in reference to just talking about your scripts or, what you're doing in order to jumpstart your career, whatever it is, that's a signal that I don't want to say you haven't made it or you're not professional, because there are some pro writers who aren't in the WGA. But I mean, it's a signal that you're essentially a newbie. You're essentially an emerging writer, right? So someone posted on Twitter the other day that emerging writers shouldn't use the pre-WGA hashtag. They actually use the term aspiring writer, and I hate the word aspiring in this context, because if you are actively writing, then you're a writer. You're not aspiring, you are doing. But you get what they mean. So they said, hey, aspiring writers, don't use the pre-WGA hashtag. The writer's room I sat in on regularly started their day by screen sharing tweets by aspiring writers and shitting on them. They would search that tag for hopeful tweets and then make fun of them. And then she went on to say, if you know who those guys are and think, well, they're not going to make fun of me, trust me, they already have. Now, at first, she didn't call out any names or anything. She just said that. But then later on, she mentioned the name of the show that she worked on and who these people were, who the showrunner was and who the head writer, because I don't think the showrunner and the head writer were the same person. But she dropped some names eventually. And, people were just like, oh, I can't believe that, this would happen and blah, blah, blah. But then you had some other people that spoke up and they were just like, well, yeah. There was one script consultant and I just really thought it interesting. He said something to the effect of, yeah, there are these assholes that are, in the industry, and they definitely look down upon emerging pre-WGA writers. But the thing that really struck me was when he said that these pro writers, these upper level, upper echelon writers, these WGA certified writers will like get on a platform like Twitter and engage with you and pretend to like you. I don't know, that just got me to thinking, because I have certainly befriended, my fair share of professional writers, pro screenwriters and everything. And that just got me to think. I'm just like, I wonder, are these people making fun of me? Perhaps they are. I have to imagine that, and I'm not trying to sound vain and make this all about me, but, I'm just going to speak all my thoughts and my experience. But I have to imagine that there are people who have looked at my tweets, who've probably looked at my videos, who've probably seen me on Film Courage or something like that and been like, the fuck is this guy? Jay Fingers? Are you serious? Fuck out of here. And, meeting these people at writers' meetups and everything like that. And yeah, it does. It kind of makes me, wonder like whether or not I may be doing myself some harm by participating in screenwriter Twitter, voicing my opinions on things, whether they're related to writing or not. I can get pretty political in my tweets, my other social media. Maybe that's off-putting. Maybe I've tweeted myself out of a job or a writing assignment. I don't know. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, you gotta be careful, kind of like what you do, how you present yourself, because you never know how people can take what you put out there and try to turn it against you or use it to like ridicule and mock you. Very interesting. And I mean, the young woman that tweeted that, she was just like, please, of course, if you feel comfortable, using that hashtag, by all means, use it. She didn't really mean like stop using it, but she just wanted folks to be aware that there are people in the industry that would do a shitty thing like scour Twitter, search that hashtag and see, what they could find so that they could make fun of these people that have hopes and dreams of joining their ranks. And, I wonder if the people that were mentioned, if they even feel any shame, because I don't think that people have shame these days. People don't fucking care. If we've learned anything over the past few years, it's that people are horrible. People are absolutely horrible, and they will double down on like the worst shit that they say. They will die on the most ridiculous of hills. So it is what it is. They probably don't care. But something that was said was, it's very true. I found this to be very true. The people that you see on the way up are the same people that you're going to see on the way down. And if that means you've been out there mocking people, using this hashtag, laughing at whatever they post, whether it's just about their aspirations or maybe they post their script ideas, which, sidebar, I'm just going to say I don't think is a good idea. I know that there are people that are just like, it's okay, whatever. There are far too many people out there who are comfortable with posting like log lines and script ideas, and it's not even like a theft thing. I'm just like, I just don't think that is a smart thing to do. But anyway, if these people, you've been making fun of them, who's to say that they won't be on a show like next season, and then they'll be show running their own show in a couple of years. And as their star rises, your star falls because the show that you worked on or that you created is no longer the hotness. Maybe it failed. Maybe the streamer that airs your show is not doing so well. They have to cut costs. You find yourself floundering, and all of a sudden, maybe you have to look for work. And the showrunner that you speak with, turns out you made fun of that person. They found out because your name was exposed on Twitter. It's good. I know that some people out there don't believe in karma. Yes, I saw that. I know that some people don't believe in karma, but I do. I think that the universe or God or whoever, whatever you want to ascribe it to, I think that it finds a way of making people pay for their transgressions. So I definitely think that, these people who kind of laughed at and mocked the dreams of emerging screenwriters, they're going to get theirs. They are. They definitely are. As for me, you might see me on Twitter less and less. You might see me on social media overall less and less. And it has nothing to do with the whole pre-WGA shenanigans. It's just more, I did this last year where I just took a break from social media, and it did wonders for my mind. It did like my mental, and it also just helped me focus instead of wasting time posting and searching and scrolling and doing all that dumb stuff. I was actually being productive, writing. I was going to the gym. It's something I need to get back, and that's something I need to get back into, like heavy. But yeah, I think I might just find myself taking yet another break from social media just to get things accomplished. That does not mean that I'm going to stay away from YouTube, of course. I'm going to continue to do this because, hey. Couple final things. Shout out to my man, Rick McGovern. I got to check out his latest video. And when I do, I'll put a card up here so that y'all can check it out too. Because Rick, the only way you can get better at doing this is by doing this. So I look forward to checking out your video. Rick is also a fellow screenwriter. He's an actor. He's got a great YouTube channel where he does like Q&A sessions with screenwriters. You know, he'll host these conversations. So you have to definitely check out his channel, and I'll put the card up there like I said. Yeah, there's no cute tag for this video.